Come on. Come on. Mere seconds away. It's time. Go. Trailer, begin. Initially, this was listed for $60 for pre-order, and then it went up to $70. Yeah. Yeah, the voucher still works. You can still get it with a voucher. Okay, here we go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer
Turn
of
this
the
up.
Legend of Zelda series. There's just 1 month left until the launch of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
In this vast world that seamlessly connects the surface and sky, you'll be able to enjoy using your imagination to the fullest while exploring. It's not long until you can experience this unfamiliar Hyrule. I'm also very excited to see how you'll explore this world. Today, we've prepared the final trailer before the game's launch. All right then, let's take a look. Please enjoy.
Yeah, I was enjoying that new music remix that was going on in the background there. Okay. Okay, we're going to watch it through uninterrupted once, and then go back and dig through it a bunch. Ooh. Okay, that was a construct beating up a choo-choo. I still think those markings on the ground are dungeon locations. Okay, Mushroom Town. Rebuilding stuff in the ruins of Hyrule Castle, or its surrounding areas. That big towering column of smoke that we still don't know what's up with. Something rising up out of the desert. Could that be a dungeon rising up from underground? Oh, that's clearly fucking Ganondorf. That's like Demise-looking Ganondorf. Huge underground sinkholes. Flying ship. Okay, wingsuit. Okay, twirling a fucking baton. Okay, that's clearly the person in the hieroglyphs, the wall paintings. Oh.
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
Okay. You put a shield on a sword and made it a parrying sword? Okay, yeah, no, using recall to fight Octoroks. That's a fucking rocket? That's just a fucking rocket. Anti-gravity? Oh my god, create a Gundam to fight other Gundams.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
It's Zelda who's collecting the Tears of the Kingdom?
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
That is clearly fucking Ganondorf. Okay.
Okay, let's go!
Okay, that's not Zelda. That's, I bet you that is the character we saw, like, helping Link up in that one trailer that everyone assumed was Zelda. Wait, was that...
Final hope.
Was that the champions from the past back alive? Okay, maybe this is hopping back and forth in time. Oh no, that might be in Sidon? Sorry, a lot's happening here.
You must find me.
Okay, we need to rewatch this trailer because there was so much fucking stuff to dissect in this. Yes, there's that three-headed dragon. We know it's guarding the bridge. Okay, we're gonna watch this through again, and we're gonna like pause on a bunch of frames because I have so many thoughts. Where does the trailer begin? Here we go. Look, it looks like it could be. I think it's Ganondorf, but I think it's Ganondorf who is like becoming more and more like Demise over time. Oh, hey Tanya, thank you for the resub. How are you doing today? We just watched the Tears of the Kingdom final trailer, and I am overly excited for this video game, and I'm about to dissect the hell out of it. Yeah, so someone was talking while we were doing this early bit about these seem to be real-time clouds and talking about the improved rendering pipeline. Having seen a bunch of people like mod Breath of the Wild in such ways that they can like travel at big speeds or get very high up and then come down, it is very clear they've done a lot of work on this engine to improve things like draw distance and load times, because like functionally the flying from the sky down to the earth, like that would not work in Breath of the Wild just because of the way it loads data, and I'm really glad to see that like they have put the work in to make this run well in that regard. Let's see. Zelda was excuse me, what? Zelda holding the Master Sword. Wait, was Zelda holding the Master Sword in this? This is why we need to pause and like do a bunch of do we have a date for release? Yeah, it comes out the 12th of next month, so it's like 4 weeks tomorrow. It's like a month away. Okay. She was near the end. Sorry, there was a lot and I was trying to take it all in. Yeah, so if you see this thing over here, I'm pretty convinced these are dungeon locations. We've got one over here, one over here. I want to look through all the trailers and see how many of them we see, because if we see 7 of them, I think that's our dungeons. James L. Cameron in chat says, Nintendo have been keeping their cards so close to their chest. This is honestly the first trailer that made me interested in the game. Look, I think Nintendo knows they've got, like, another smash hit on their hands, and I think they want to give you just enough so that they can get that same, like, people are blown away by how big it is response they got with the first one. Yeah, there's also these things over here that, like, appear to be areas affected by Demise. I wonder if these are like our shrine equivalents, but the more obvious candidate would be those sort of buildings with the green swirl up the top of them. Okay. Yeah, we can see the towers all lit up. Yeah, whatever this with the giant circle on it is definitely a new structure. Definitely not seen that previously. Yeah, we have a whole town that is very mushroom themed. We've seen like new kinds of mushrooms popping up in terms of stuff like the puff shroom that they fused onto the shield to give a sort of stun effect. I wonder if this is a new town or if this is that has popped up. What the significance of the mushrooms is. Could it be like Minish are back and we're getting some Minish referencing, or if there is some other kind of significance, or if some other town just got really into mushrooms for a while. Yeah, so this seems to be the ruins of what was like just outside Hyrule Castle. Obviously we know Hyrule Castle itself is lifted up into the sky. This is the outskirts where like a lot of the Guardians were previously. It seems like a lot of stuff is being rebuilt here. Tents are being set up, presumably to get this rebuilt. Yeah, these would be the obvious candidates for shrines. I've seen some people suspect they're going to be a way up to the sky. I think it's the opposite. I think these are going to be ways down. I think if anything, they might be ways down to underground. You could see 2 of the pine trees from that one shrine quest in the background of the Mushroom Town. Ooh, so does that suggest it is Kakariko? If it's those same 2 trees, is it maybe Kakariko? Question mark? Yeah. These are some of the dragon shrines, I think. Yeah, I'm still curious what the hell's up with this big cloud column. It does remind me a lot of Skyward Sword, and there was that one big area in Skyward Sword surrounded by clouds that had the giant sky whale living inside of it. I don't remember what the area was called or what the sky whale was called, but like, again, looking at the sort of Ouroboros nature of the logos for this, and the fact that like I'm still of the belief this is going to cycle around to being a prequel for like this is prequel town for Skyward Sword. That might make sense if this is the Sky Whale and the only Sky Dungeon, Thunderhead. Yeah, again, it feels like we're setting up Skyward Sword. We're seeing what could be the beginnings of Thunderhead. We're seeing islands raised up into the sky to potentially to protect the Triforce from demise / Ganondorf. The Windfish only exists in dreams, but I would love a revival of the Windfish. Yeah, we see now. I don't know if I'm, being overly optimistic here. This is a very big structure that didn't exist in Breath of the Wild, coming to exist now. I wonder if this is a dungeon. Like, this looks like a big enough scale of building we might be looking at a dungeon. I want to know whether that, like, lines up with anything we've seen in overhead shots. I do love this little shot here of all the villagers watching as the castle just raising up. Rule Spider says, I'm not going to lie, but personally my dev ass is just doing the calculus of how much rendering pipeline has improved, and every frame floors me to see a Switch make an open world Zelda game even prettier than I imagined. I mean, they've spent the better part of 6 years making a direct sequel set in the same environment. There's a lot of work they didn't have to make from the offset that they were able to spend a lot of that 6 years working on cleaning up what they already had. It's amazing what 6 years in a direct sequel reusing a lot of assets can do. Yeah, look, this definitely looks very reminiscent of Demise, but also, like, a lot of the facial hair stuff looks very Ganondorf, and again, this is why I think that Demise is just Ganondorf having been sealed for so long, breaking out and becoming this... Oh! Okay, what did we see there? Did Link's hand start turning mid-grasp to catch? No. So yeah, I feel like Link's arm has been damaged, and like whatever like the gold stuff around it ends up being is like to try and heal it or spread, like prevent corruption. But yeah, clearly... Yeah, these big sinkholes to me suggest we are looking at... Like, I think the theory of big underground areas is accurate. I think if you go down one of these sinkholes, you're going to fall down there. Also, again, we saw a big building, maybe a dungeon, surfacing somewhere around the desert, and now we see one of those big mural things appearing. I think these big mural things are indicative of there is a dungeon around here, and that is probably what the dungeon boss looks like. We do see his arm get damaged later. Probably we do, yeah. Okay, this to me looks like a big underground area, huh? Like this, I think that's the big thing. For people who've looked at, like, trailers for this and footage for this going, this looks like just the same Breath of the Wild area we know. I think there's going to be a bunch of expansion underground and a bunch of new areas. Because, like, this looks like I could look at this and go, Lava Dungeon, one of our 7 elemental type dungeons. Like, this could be Fire Temple. It's got that vibe. We've got flying ships. Yeah, these... Okay, the design of these looks a little bit Zonai, but also a bit Ruto. Yeah, I want to look at these new mechanics we're seeing here. So are these things like enemies? Because they appear to have like eyeballs in them, which like maybe they're a sentient creature floating, but they're made of water. The Link can swim through them. Link does quite a big run and leap sprint here. Yeah, his gravity already seems to be a little bit off. I'm wondering if there's, like, some piece of equipment Link is wearing here that is, in fact, impacting his jumps. Yeah, this wingsuit. Yeah, forget the paraglider. Whenever this is an option. I will be wingsuiting everywhere. Wingsuit is amazing. Or the sky is lower gravity. I mean, we've not seen that be an attribute of the sky previously, but, like, I would be really interested if you get high enough and gravity starts acting a little weird. Could be a rock's feather? Oh yeah, more of those eyes in the machine. Are we operating like a big gacha machine to get water eyeballs to fall out to go somewhere? Yeah, like, some of these big building interiors really do give me dungeon vibes, and I'm hoping. Yeah, the way that this weapon is being, like, twirled in hand, like, this suggests to me we're getting new, like, attack animations, which is nice. We had... Yeah, that is interesting. Also, this seems to be a battle where there is a Hylian soldier here, and as we keep doing frames forward, there are, like, farmers with pot lids just ahead of us with, like, their little hats. These are not people trained for fighting, who are trying to help fight off these troops. Yeah, you've got, like, everyday people taking up swords and shields, like this person here, clearly not built for combat, but trying to help in the fight. And this is interesting. Like, I'm curious seeing more people from Hyrule try and take up arms. Possibly inspired by, you know, Link's actions having gone around and saved the world previously. Also, big elevator going up means big elevator go down. I think... oh, I had this image. Where's the image? Is this the one I was thinking of? Yeah, this is the one. This image I was talking about on stream yesterday being, like, some way of going up and down. I thought the thing circled in red was a wire, and that this was going to be like an elevator that you were going to go up and down. And the reason I think this is now correct, because we saw the sort of hole underneath it, is, look in this shot, Link has that wire spool thing around his waist, is on the same kind of circular platform, and the wire is leading up. I think that this is our look at how we're gonna go underground. Okay, this is clearly the character in the hieroglyphs we keep seeing. This is the person who is surrounded... Yeah, okay, I called something yesterday, that's good. This is clearly the character we keep seeing in the hieroglyphs who is surrounded by the 7 tiers of the kingdom. I'm assuming this is who Zelda is, like, saying the, like, Link, lend Link your power thing. Let me see if I can find this one. Tears of the Kingdom, 7 tiers. Can I find the images of the 7 tiers? Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. So my guess, and I'm gonna make a bit of a guess here. I think this is the person who sealed Ganon or Ganondorf or Demise away previously. I think this is who we have to return the tears to. Like, this is very clearly that person. Yeah, so super interesting. Let's have a look. Sorry, I wanna scroll back some shots. There's so much to take on board here. So much. Give me a second. I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm trying to keep on top of some things. No, I don't think that's Hylia. I think if Hylia is in this, I think there's a shot we're going to see later that is Hylia. Yeah, this thing feels like dungeon boss. This feels like end of dungeon boss material right here. This... Oh, wow, look at the scale of this thing. You can see the, like, lamp in the background to get a sense of scale, but This thing is big. They can't be Hylia and Zelda at the same time, can they? They're the same person. First of all, what if there's time travel? Second of all, like, they're not necessarily the same person. Hylia once was reborn as Zelda, but when Zelda died, Hylia could have retaken back the goddess form. Like, it's a little unclear whether they can exist as separate people. Bundle of Herbs, I get what you're going for, but also I don't know if that's the hero we see in the past. I think it is the person with the big flaming hair we see in the murals in the past, but I don't know if that's the hero.
Zelda.
Yeah, so I assume this is the big-eared, slightly animal-y person that's talking. The person surrounded by the 7 tears. This is definitely Zelda off on her own adventure. Like, she's off doing her own stuff. She seems to be the one collecting the tears.
We rely on your knight, and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Our last line of defense will be Link. He says we rely on that knight of yours. He doesn't say it's a good thing that we rely on that knight of yours, just that we do it. There is something almost owl-esque about that mask. Like, there's something slightly, like, bird-ish. I want to look at that. I want to look at this person's face. Yeah, look, even if Zelda's not playable, this gives me the impression we're probably going to see something equivalent to when in Skyward Sword we had that, like, montage of what Zelda was up to away from Link. Oh, Tanya, have a good one. Have a good day. Yeah, could it be King of Hyrule? I don't think it's the King of Hyrule. Bosphoramus Hyrule died. I think this is... I want a good look at that person again. You know what, actually, let's wind back, because I think that is... Bird, but, like, animal-looking person. I want to see whether that person looks birdish in their face, because if they do... I have a guess who it might be. You've almost got a little bit of a beak going on. I'm gonna throw a guess out. And it's maybe a bit of a wild swing. Yeah, maybe it's a bit more snout than beak. Look, I want to go look back at that thing.
We rely on your knight, and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Look, it could be a Zonai. It probably is a Zonai. Yeah, both have the third eye symbol, and that's again why I'm kind of thinking they're the same. I'm gonna throw out a prediction here that is probably based on nothing. I think this is one of the 7 sages. Because of the 7 tiers symbology. Usually the leader of the 7 sages is very bird-like. He, in Ocarina of Time, takes on the form of an owl. I wonder if this is maybe like Rauru, the Sage of Light. Or some variation. Maybe this is a Zonai who has been reborn as this cycle's Sage of Light. That this is another person filling that role of the overseeing sage that is like, you need to collect the sages back. Yeah, Predicanga says there was something in the previous trailer that made me think the sages would appear too. And I'm thinking about this because, like, we're seeing the 3 goddess symbols coming up a lot. We're seeing the number 7, which usually relates to sages. I'm going to hazard a guess that there's 7 of those big murals on the ground that I have assumed are connected to dungeons. I think if that is the case, someone who is taking on the role of the Sage of Light is usually the person who instigates that kind of quest. Wind Waker and Ganondorf's closed, but and not Wind Waker and Ganondorf's closed, but the Sage of Light. Yeah, you see what I'm getting at. Yeah, if the sages appear again, they almost certainly won't resemble previous ones, and that's kind of what I mean. Is like this looks bird-esque enough that I'm like, look, I'm willing to go. You're wearing a thing that is reminiscent of one of the earlier incarnations of your sage, but you're a bit more lizardy because birds and lizards are essentially the same thing, separated by a lot of time. Oh yeah, we see that. We see a hand there for a second. Let's come back. I want to freeze frame through this. Yeah, that's a very like animal-y hand. Also we see. Is this one of the, does Zelda have? I think Zelda has one of the tears on her necklace here. I think that yellow thing down the bottom of the frame, I think, is one of the tears of the kingdom. Because there's another shot later that made me think Zelda had one of the tears. Also, she appears to either be crying or have a tattoo of a teardrop on her face, and yeah. I'm just freeze framing this for a second just to see if we get any better look. The thing she's got around her neck almost looks like it has an eye on it, which is interesting. Yeah. Also, her earrings look a lot like the torches we see around. Like, I'm gonna try and spot another one. Oh yeah, no, there's one literally in the background of that shot. You see that sort of egg-looking torch on the wall? Her earrings look remarkably similar to the torches on the wall, and I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, it does feel very chicer to have a teardrop tattooed on you. Yeah, what is this fucking bird thing that we can ride? Like, is there a way to get it up in the air? How long can it glide for? Yes, I love whatever this weapon is. Just, yeah, that is literally just a two-handed sword that you stuck a shield onto in order to make it a parrying weapon. Okay, we've seen these spheres in the sky in some other trailers. Having to glide and be above it when the hole opens looks great. We see some Gorons here. Oh, is this a fight with a Goron? Sorry, I've only just noticed. Is this like a Goron speeding at us at high speed? We're having to dodge out the way while children watch? Yeah, children are like cheering on. Okay, yeah, this feels very like the wrestling the Gorons in Twilight Princess. Okay, bouncy floor for doing big jumps. Also, isn't this one of the children from the Rito village? But grown up. Like, several years older. This is one of the children, I think it's one of the children of the bird that helps us go do the wind, the divine beast. Yeah, Teba's son, Teba's kid. Yeah, it's that baby Rito has grown up a few years. There's definitely like a young like a toddler Rito that looks very like this. Oh, Link is pulling the cart that has these people in. Oh, yeah, Link's made a horse and cart and then used the horse to pull some people somewhere for a side quest. That's adorable. Yeah, I want to look more closely at this bloody rocket. Is this rocket just on Link's arm? No, it's being summoned out of... It looks almost like it's being summoned out of a glyph. Is this an ability? Because there is some kind of, like, magic sigil holding this thing to Link's arm. Is this an upgrade for the Ascend ability? Maybe. Yeah, or can Link just be sticky? Can you just stick stuff to... Oh, Yeah, you know what? That might be like a shield, like an energy shield with a rocket fused to it. Yeah, okay, okay. Like putting a rocket on a Guardian shield. Oh, yeah, that probably is what that is. Um, yeah, there's sort of like floating stuff in the sky, and I'm wondering if that's why Link's jumps are a little like funky here, or if Link just has drastically increased jump ability, but like, yeah, no, that's definitely kind of slow motion jumping. Again, this really feels dungeon-esque. This feels like a sky dungeon. Also, yeah, this again feels like it's part of that same underground area we saw before. I think this is a fire dungeon. I know I can't confirm. This feels really dungeon-esque. This, uh yeah, I want to look at this like so clearly these bokoblins have like found a stone talus and built some stuff on top of it. Link has made essentially a Gundam out of some slabs of stone, created like an arm that moves, stuck a weapon to the arm, stuck wheels to the bottom. Ah, yeah, I think this has answered one of people's big questions, which is how elaborate can you get with these things? We're already seeing Link making makeshift mechs. Gosh. Yeah, I want to see what that does in practice. Um, yeah, this appears to be an arrow with a big chunk of ruby attached to it, which is doing big fire damage. So this was one of my guesses in the prediction video I put together, which is, could you use like precious stones for things like big elemental attacks? I imagine a ruby is a big fire arrow. Yeah, there's a few new armor sets going on here. There was one in that last shot that looked very Aztec. Um, yeah, we'll have to take time to see how practical that is in practice, but okay. Does this bokoblin have like a big machine of its own with like a battery tank and fused together stuff going on up there? Like it seems like that bokoblin has a big machine that Link fires an arrow at and activates. Or it's a big defensive cannon and Link turns it on from a distance. Okay. Okay, this is inside the big swirly wind vortex. Cool. Okay, boss fight inside the big wind vortex with an ice spider. Is that the same kid? We're gonna watch this through like one more time in like proper speed once we've dug through all of this. Yeah, oh yeah, this is the shot where we see like Zelda literally just has one of the Tears of the Kingdom in her hand. Yeah, let me just.
It's something.
Yeah, okay. I want to know whether there's any like translation to this text because I'm wondering if this is like indicative of could this be like is this indicative of one of the elements for that new Ganondorf art on Twitter? Can you send me a link in the Twitch chat to that art? Because I'm still dissecting this second watch of the trailer.
Do not look.
Yeah, is that a Lionel or is that no? That's got to be a Lionel. Okay, some people have just shared some links. Give me a second to pull these up. Oh yeah, that's clearly Ganondorf. That's just Ganondorf. Oh yeah, no, they called him Ganondorf. He was born a man who was born once every 100 years in the Gerudo tribe, which is dominated by women. Seems to have something to do with the natural disaster that struck Hyrule. Yeah, called it. He's wearing Gerudo jewelry. We saw this in one of the other trailers. Is this another upload of the same? Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's Ganondorf. I'm gonna close this. I wonder if the tears will be what the Triforce will be made of after going back in time. Okay. In the UK Nintendo tweet, they refer to him as King. Yeah, he's referred to as Ganondorf in the Japanese one, it seems.
Away. You witness a king's revival.
Okay, yeah, so Ganondorf fucks up the arm
And the birth
and the
of
sword
his new...
here. God, yeah, you witness the rebirth of Ganondorf. So yeah, the theories we were coming up with of like this is Ganondorf who is held sealed, his malice has been slipping out, he is the source of the calamity, all seems to be accurate. Yeah, this shot is like, it's so clearly Ganondorf here, it's just... That beard is Ganondorf rather than Demise, like, all over. God, I like this Ganondorf design, though. It's such a good design. Also, someone pointed out to me recently, the Triforce is never mentioned by name at all in Breath of the Wild, which is interesting. Yeah, is one of the tears in his head? That is a good question. I don't think we're going to get a good look in here. No, okay. I like this weird land lizard.
Let's go!
Yeah, this, I think if anyone is the goddess Hylia, I think this is the goddess Hylia. Who also has a tear around her neck, on a necklace. Oh shit, okay. She's got a tear on a necklace, much like Zelda, but she's got 8 tears tattooed under her eyes. Zelda only has 4. Only has 1. I think these two people are connected. Maybe the same person, maybe Zelda versus Hylia, maybe Zelda becomes Hylia upon collecting all the tears. But I think, look, I'm putting it out there now, Zelda is the one collecting the tears of the kingdom, not Link. Zelda is having to collect the tears to become the goddess Hylia. I'm gonna put that out there now. Like, she is collecting the 7 tears that surround person I'm gonna guess is Rauru. Or like she had, we had like the 7 sages plus Zelda being a thing. Zelda being the secret 8th sage was kind of a thing in Ocarina of Time. 7 sages plus 1 extra tier. Yeah. Maybe you need to collect 8 Zeldas and glue them together to make Hylia. Look, this could be just one of the sages, but I think there's that shot in that earlier trailer where Link is being helped up by someone. I think this is who's helping Link up in that early trailer, not Zelda. I think the coincidences here are too big. I think the same earrings, tattoo of a tear, necklace with a tear on, Hylian pointy ears. I think it's no coincidence that Zelda is wearing a tear necklace and has her first tear tattoo, and that this person exists. Yeah, same forehead thing that Zelda was wearing too. Like, they're wearing the same outfits. It could be the same person as early as Zelda, could be transformed or reincarnated or something, yep. Did we not sort of imply that, like, the 7 sages plus Zelda were all required to be powerful enough to seal Ganondorf? Wasn't that the deal in Ocarina of Time? That Zelda plus the 7 sages had to all use their magic? Okay, Zelda's usually the 7th sage. I didn't think she was the 7th. But, you see what I mean? Like, I feel like we're doing 7 sages plus Zelda, or 7 sages plus Hylia, or something like that. There's always 7 sages, Zelda is the 7th. Okay, Link to the Past. Ganon needed... the 7 sages, or the needed 7 plus Zelda. Like, I'm sure that's a thing. Okay, do we think this is... Let's say this is... I'm going to call her Hylia for now. Do we think these 2 shots either side of this cut are connected? Is Hylia, I'm going to call her, doing this blast that is now smacking through all of this? Because that's a lot of power. Blasting through Moldugas like it's nothing. Okay. Are we sure that's 8 teardrops, or could it be only 7? I'm pretty sure there's 8. She's got 4 under each ear. She's got 4 under each eye. The big mural only shows 7 surrounding person I'm going to call Rauru for now. Oh, we're building a little army, maybe.
But you are not alone.
Are we fighting alongside Sidon? Oh, come on, give us 2-player co-op. Let play a 2 players Sidon. That was a more grown-up Gerudo Lady Lord person. Yeah, so that's all of the champions from Breath of the Wild seem to be back, but they definitely seem to be a little older.
But you are not alone.
Also, they're up in the sky, which is interesting. That enemy looked kind of Midna-like with the fused shadow.
But you are not alone. Link.
Oh, you are not alone. Are we actually going into battle properly with all of the champions rather than... Wait, yeah. So, So who are our champions? Because Sidon and What's-Her-Face from the Gerudo tribe, those were 2 of our previous champions. We've not seen our Gerudo champion back. But also, Snobby Birdman clearly isn't back. His kid has taken his place. I'm wondering if we're going to get a dramatic scene in which we see one of the previous champions die and his kid has to step up to replace him. Yeah. I'm genuinely thinking Teba's dead. I think Teba dies. And that's why we keep seeing his kid so prominently here. Which, again, if this is Teba's kid, like, several years have passed. Also, yeah, this shot seems to imply, like, this is not like a dungeon. We know this boss is just, like, hanging out on Hyrule, on the big Hyrule Bridge. This seems to imply, like, the champion's coming to help in just, like, everyday gameplay? Isn't Teba injured in Breath of the Wild, like, shot down by the bird dungeon? I didn't think so, or at least I didn't get the impression that Teba was in no state to, you know, help, to fight ever again. Oh, look at this design. Okay, what state is the Master Sword in here? Can we see if it is currently destroyed? Oh yeah, and that's clearly Ganondorf on the right-hand side. That's such a Ganondorf. Okay. Yeah, appears to be the boss of the first dungeon in the original Zelda come back. 2 tears on... Wait, was there 2 tears on Zelda there? Oh!
You are fine.
You're right, she's got 2 tears. Yeah, no, I'm putting it down now. Zelda is the one collecting the Tears of the Kingdom, not us. She's going on her own adventure to get the tears to become Hylia, because this is the prequel that leads into Skyward Sword. Yeah, no, Hylia wears the same earrings. Like, the outfit is 1 for 1.
Final hope.
Okay. Okay, was that the end? No.
Link. You must find me.
Yeah, she's not in, like, Ganon's clutches. She's just on the surface, hanging out, looking to the sky. Okay, now, see, this is interesting. There's no Sky Islands. There's no Sky Islands. She's in the past. She has to become a Hylia in order to be able to be strong enough to raise the Sky Islands to keep Ganondorf and the Triforce apart from each other. Yeah, she's in the past collecting the Tears of the Kingdom while we're in the future doing something else. I don't think we're collecting the Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's a big red herring. Or she's putting the Tears of the Kingdom in the dungeons so that Link can go find them. Yeah, no. Yeah, Zelda is, like, holding the Master Sword, huh?
Hope.
And it doesn't, like, it doesn't obviously look broken. Like, is she wielding, like, the pre-broken Master Sword because she's in the past?
Final hope.
Ugh. Yeah, so maybe she's doing something in her time while we do things in the past, or in our time. Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm wondering. Is she gonna create Fi? Or Fi? Fi? Um... Fi was acknowledged in Breath of the Wild, yeah. Maybe Link dropped it in that falling sequence. No, because we see Link holding it up in the Sky Islands, like, all broken in one of the trailers. Yeah, the things that you collect in Skyward Sword Silent Realm are called tears. Yeah. Look, I don't know whether this should be playable, but I think she's fallen through time.
Link,
Yeah.
you must find me.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna watch this trailer one more time in, like, reasonable time. Because I just want to have one more chance to take it in, not, like, micromanaging it. But god, this is an interesting trailer. Look, this has shown me enough to, like, really get theorizing about, but without so much that I feel like everything's been spoiled. Yeah, I agree. I'd love to be able to, like, go back and forth between playing as both of these characters, but who knows. It'd be a smart use of assets if, like, Zelda's running around a much more Breath of the Wild version of the world, and Link's running around this very drastically changed one. Nope, nothing other than the trailer shown. It's just... Yeah, sorry, I know I'm pausing again. These constructs are just shown to be, like, going about town living their lives. They are shown to have, like, a society and culture. The Zonai. Yeah, well, see, there's two different looks to Link, and I've been saying for a while I think we've got two versions of Link spread across time. I think that there is present and past Link going on. I think time travel Link is very plausible. Oh, that thing over there. I keep looking at these big symbols, being like, do any of them look like any of the boss kind of things we've seen? That one looks like a big sort of scorpion thing. Like, doesn't that one in the top left here, doesn't this look like it would be a boss fight, right? Ah. Yeah, I want to have another look at this town. Someone was saying that there was some kind of, like, tree or plant here that signified where this might be, and that it might be Kakariko. I'm curious about the mushroom obsession. Because again, I see mushrooms and I think of using mushrooms to shrink down in Minish Cap. Oh yeah, the tower with the searchlights. We see two trees on the mountains in the background. Okay, so this seems to be Hateno. Okay. Yeah, that's the village where Pyrrha lives. Okay, yeah, this is clear. This is Hateno then. Interesting. Yeah, this definitely seems to be like rebuilding and reconstruction. It's nice to see them like showing off climbing happening still, because it emphasizes that the flying up through the ceiling ability won't be able to get you everywhere, and that like, oh yeah, we've seen the Ganondorf art on Twitter. It's bloody gorgeous. Oh yeah. Okay, we looking at the sort of ruins that we can see from above might be Kakariko. Ah, yeah, maybe that other one is Kakariko from... Let's get back there in a second. Maybe this could be Kakariko. I'm wondering whether this big circle is something that fell down from above, like this fell down from the sky, I'm assuming. Honestly, yeah, you might be right. That could be Kakariko. The green ring looks like Impa's building. Yeah, no, there is some stuff down there. Like, this looks like the building with that girl inside. You have to give the fireflies to at night. Like, I think you're probably right. This is probably Kakariko. Oh, is that... Oh, that might be the fairy pond. Because if that's the fairy pond, again, that would lock in where this is. Yeah, I'm gonna put this down as Kakariko. This is one of the dragon ponds. Yeah, I'm convinced this is a dungeon. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I keep seeing things that are, like, worth noting. Also, like... Oh, sorry, I just saw something else. Okay, I think it's interesting that there's building supplies and stuff before... Like, in this shot here, in the bottom left, when the castle's only just, like, raising into the sky. Which means that the reconstruction effort starts, like, when Breath of the Wild ends. It's not a reconstruction in response to all the islands going up into the sky. Like, the reconstruction is a process that's happened at some point between, like, has begun between Breath of the Wild and here. Yeah, the left arm here looks a lot like the monstrous form of Demise when he has the sort of, like, wiggly toe arms covered in scales. It looks sort of like that. Again, there's a lot of, like, very Demise-esque imagery here for what is clearly Ganondorf, and again, I think this is the cycle completing and Ganondorf becoming Demise for the imprisoned. That's what I'm looking for. That was the word I was looking for. Oh, sorry, I keep seeing new details. Zelda's already got the tear here. She's got it in her hand. Sorry, I've... new detail. In her left hand, on our right-hand side of the screen, you will see a golden glow begin, and golden dust start to fall after her. Yeah, you can see here, her hand is glowing with that same color. She's got the first tear of the kingdom clutched in her hand, but she doesn't have a tear on her face, presumably because she's not yet met, I'm gonna say, Raoru. To use the tears. It could be teleporting her out of danger. Like, that honestly seems like a pretty good bet, that it's... like, it's teleporting her either physically somewhere or it's time-traveling her away to safety. Yeah, it seems like it's spreading through the body. I think that glow is going to be what protects her from the fall, either by just magically protecting her from the landing, or by, you know... what's the word I'm looking for? Teleporting or time traveling. Again, I think that the scale of this interior here, I think we might be looking at a dungeon. Again, these big flying ships have the feel of, like, dungeon stuff. This feels like a showcase of stuff that could be dungeons. Also, called it, we're going deep underground. A lot of underground stuff. Okay, I'm curious, can we tell who the other people faded in the background here are? Are they enemies? Are they monsters? Are they... Because, like, everything about the way this character is shot suggests villain. But I'm like, are you who was sealing... Like, are you where the green hand energy comes from? Because you are very green and gold. Are you who lent the power to Link? I don't think you're a villain, but there's a lot of, like... You are framed and shot here like a villain. Like, we're meant to assume you are a villain? Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything in any of these frames we can learn from. Yeah, there's glowing green energy in the bottom left on something's arm, which leads me to think, like, yeah, you are the source of the energy Link is using. I don't think they're a villain, but you get what I mean, that, like, everything about the framing here is trying to imply villain. I've seen a lot of people assuming pronouns that this character is female. I don't know if that's, like, has been confirmed, like if this is something in the art book that people already know, or assumptions. Yeah, such a dungeon boss, this. Also, can I just say, my favorite thing is that right on, like, the belly button point on this boss appears to be, like, the power button, the circle with the line through it. Just gotta turn the power button off. This is Hyrule Castle in a better state of repair. This is Hyrule Castle not destroyed. Now, granted, it could have been partially rebuilt. Is this time travel? Is Link here in... Because this is like a cutscene. Is Link in Hyrule Castle pre-destruction?
Zelda. We rely on your knight, and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Yeah, the sword is definitely not destroyed there, and Link is grabbing it. Yeah, it could be like the sparkles, like when he gets teleported by ghosts. Yeah, who do you think's talking here? I think this is the sage person talking, who I still think is also the person with the sort of animal-y face. Also, yeah, what is that thing? Okay, the person talking to Link here, to Zelda here, has an arm like Link's. It is a green arm with the same gold metal thing going up it. This is clearly where Link's getting the power from. I'm curious what this, like, bead of light thing is. Okay.
Link.
Well, yeah, no, I'm assuming that, like, the power has been... The arm comes from that character somehow. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anything, like, particularly notable and new here. God, sorry, I just want to, like, watch this for a second.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
Oh, thought. Link is right-handed in this. It's his right arm that's taken. If it's his sword-wielding arm, A, Ganondorf trying to stop him wielding the Master Sword, but B, and maybe more importantly, is he trying to rip the Triforce of Courage just, like, visibly out of Link? Because that would be in post-right-handed Link timeline. If you were going to drain the Triforce of Courage out of Link, you'd go for that arm. And the arm does look like it's had everything drained out of it.
Do not look away.
Oh yeah, no, I fully believe that shot's where the Master Sword gets damaged.
A king's revival.
Yeah, because the way Link's, like, holding onto the arm is, like, trying to stop the arm being, like, pulled off.
And the birth of his new world.
Okay, let's go!
Yeah, I still think this is by far the most interesting shot of the whole trailer, because that's... It can't be a coincidence. Okay, if you look at her necklace, interestingly, it has 8 tiers plus the actual tier hanging on the necklace. Her necklace almost suggests 9 tiers. There's maybe 2 tiers on her earrings. But, yeah, I think this is Zelda having gone and collected all the tears and become Hylia. I think Hylia and Zelda are the same person, and that this is all part of the cycle. Zelda is becoming Hylia. Ganondorf is becoming Demise. We are closing the loop on this set of timelines. Is that Goron the Goron who helped us get up to the Divine Beast? I don't think it is, but we don't see. It could be the same one, it could be different. Yunobu, yeah. These look to be just random people, but Yunobu, I don't notably see Yunobu.
You are not
in this
alone.
trailer.
Link.
Oh, I'm so glad that it seems like the champions are actually going to come on this adventure with us rather than just chide us and then leave.
You are our final hope.
Oh. Did Sidon have a tear? Sidon might have had a
His
tear.
new world.
Okay, let's go!
I'm now looking for every character being like, do you have a tear? Do you have a tear?
But you are.
He's got like a blue bead on his belt.
Link.
Oh, he does. Can we see, do you have a tear? Huh. That almost looks more like the Silent Realm tear colorings. Yeah, I think they do represent the sages. I think that Sidon is one of the sages. I honestly think, what if Taba's not dead? He's the first one to realize he's a sage. He's off being a sage, and we're gonna go do that dungeon and find him at the other end, going, yeah. It's gonna be like Saria going missing in Ocarina of Time, and then we find her and she's the sage. Sorry, what are we looking at? We're looking at this. Appearing to be one of the Tears of the Kingdom, just hanging out in his glove. Yeah, this is why I think we're getting 7 dungeons. I think we're going back to the 7 sages. We're having element types. We're gonna have the ice dungeon, fire dungeon, forest dungeon, desert dungeon, darkness dungeon, maybe light dungeon. I think we're going back to that. The placement of that is kind of similar to a thing you can see on the hand of the person talking to Zelda. You make a good point. Yeah, that is kind of like where, yeah,
Do.
Gosh, there is so much to pick
I
through
know
in
why I
this.
am here. It's something only I can do.
Yeah, I need to know whether these mean anything, like if that's a kanji for something or something like that. It has, yeah, because this has something etched on it. Does Sidon's have anything etched on it?
Do not look away.
So maybe there's 2 sets of tears being collected, like one set in the past and one set in the present.
You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's in the inscript. Like, I need someone who knows
Okay, let's go!
language to recognize what's going on. Yeah, I just want to go through this shot again and see if we see any indication that she's got a tear as well. Oh, I think I saw it. She's wearing her tear on an earring. That's one of the tears. She's got a tear on an earring. Oh, look at us go. We're like we're sciencing this. God, so much.
But
a tearing.
you are not alone.
Does the little bird have one? Does the little bird kid have one? There's a lot of footage of the little bird kid, which means honestly it wouldn't be that hard to find out. Ears of the Kingdom.
You are our final hope.
On their wing, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to some of the earlier footage. I know I'm... God, we've spent an hour on a 3-minute trailer and I'm so into it. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking one of these per Guardian. I don't remember where in this where all the bird footage was.
Legendary sword he carries.
Okay, yeah, let's look at all the... Oh god, I'd love Hestu to be the fucking forest sage. That'd be wild. Oh, there's that one Korok in the 11-minute gameplay preview. There's that one Korok that's talking about not being able to find their friend. Can't find Hestu. Hestu's off being a sage? Ah. Yeah, Panda Bibble, that's kind of what I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm wondering if, like, we're summoning... Like, once you've unlocked their sage ability, you can summon them in as, like, a time-limited summon or something to assist you in fights. Had that same energy that Sidon had swirling around them, maybe? Yeah, Link built that cart.
I know why.
Look of his new.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, this is where I was looking for, like, let's get some clean shots of this kid. Because if the kid doesn't have one, I think Taboo's fine, and we will later find them and they'll have the tear. I mean, we get a few shots here. We've got a few chances to spot this if it's here.
But you are not alone.
Biden, have you already got the tear on your hand in this scene? Can we tell that? Is this pre or post you getting the tear? Sidon doesn't appear to have the tear yet in this shot. So it's not a case of you have to get them their tears to summon them in? In the shot with 3 Guardians, the kid has something shiny on the bag / bow. Can you give me a timestamp for that shot, roughly? I'm skimming around in this and trying to find things.
Link.
3 Guardians. That was 3 Guardians. I don't even remember seeing Guardians. One where they are charging. Yeah, if you can give me like a timestamp of where I'm looking for, yeah, not Guardian robots. You mean the constructs where there's 3 constructs? I was like, I don't remember seeing a Guardian at all in this trailer, and thought I'd somehow missed Guardians returning. Okay, 3 constructs. Okay, well, yeah, we don't have a timestamp yet. Yeah, there's the glow. Okay. Then we get the water, the lasers. $3.19. Okay, so we're right near the end. Tell me if I go past it.
Zowie sword.
It's not gonna be this scene. Oh, is this the one with the three constructs? No, that's 2. Wait, he has 1. What, Link has 1? We think Link has 1, do we? No. Only there for 1 frame, but the bird kid. Yeah, I'm looking for this shot of the bird kid having 1. If I've gone past it, let me know. I'm looking for any shots with the bird kid. And the shot of the 3 champions, not Guardians. Go forward to the end where we see Sidon's... Okay, so sort of near Sidon's tier bit.
You must.
Go! Okay, let's go!
Sorry, yeah, I realized timestamp isn't helpful because I'm looking at the live stream version, so I can't actually get the accurate timestamps.
But you are not alone.
Link.
The shot of the 3 champions. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the not Guardians. The 3 champions. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Okay. So yeah, Teba's dead. Sorry, that took me so long to find that one shot. You're right. It is only there for literally one, maybe 2 frames. Okay. And again, this has carvings on it. Is Yunobo behind them there? We've not seen Yunobo in this trailer. So we don't know.
You are our final hope.
Okay.
Link.
A weapon was there for just a sec. Do we see a bit of his weapon in the lineup? But again, we don't see him. It could be someone else wielding the weapon.
Link.
Oh yeah, okay. So there is a Goron running in this group of 4, but we've not seen Shinobu. Because again, it's not Teba. We've got Teba's kid. So like, this might not be Yunobu. This might be someone else. Yeah, maybe Yunobu's got a cool blow
You
up.
are our final hope.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. We've been going for like an hour and a quarter. Thank you so much, everyone who tuned in. This has been real interesting. I am so ready for this bloody video game to come out. the DLC for Vampire Survivors is up now as well, so look out for that. And then in like 45 minutes, Podquisition is going up for today. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.